Hello everyone and welcome back to more Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure. Today we're going to be investigating the docks to see what exactly is going on down here. But one thing I'd like to mention is, you see these little torches right here? Their fire will actually change depending on which Skylander you're using right now. So, or I say depending on which Skylander, I mean like which element of Skylander you're using right now. So, since I'm using a water Skylander, they're glowing blue. But if I use like a fire one, they'll glow like more orangish. But anyway, that's just a nice little detail.
You're going to eat me? You should know that I'm really salty and kinda high in cholesterol.
If you are eating me, I'm salty and fat too.
Oh, great. Someone get me out of here!
Someone get underwear.
Sheesh. I actually had to sit here and listen to that monster make up recipes, and I was the main ingredient. This is just the worst. Little help? Please? Take a look inside the lock and see if you can trip the tumblers.
Alright, so we'll do exactly that, Gurglefin. So, here are the lock puzzles. Even in the Wii version, I don't like the lock puzzles. They just feel way too slow. Even if they got sped up a bit in this version, because, oh my lord, the ones in the 360 and PS3 versions are just unbearable compared to the ones in Giants and onwards. But yeah, this one is really, really simple. I don't really have much to say about this one.
Holy carp, that was close! I came here looking for you, Skylander, but instead I ended up in that cage and was almost made into gillman goulash!
You wouldn't happen to have any sheep on you, would you, Mr. Fish?
Gurglefin.
Gesundheit.
No, my name. It's Gurglefin. I'm a gillman, not a fish. And where would I even keep a sheep anyway? I'm not wearing any pants.
Oh, right. I see.
I've been looking for you, Skylander. I come from a nearby island where trolls have taken over and enslaved the rest of my kind. Please help us.
Trolls. Very dangerous. Not like sheep, mind you, but still. You should help them. They're obviously in a fine kettle of fish. Oh, sorry.
Watch it, Molebot.
Alright, so now we're gonna go and talk to Gurglefin and make our way over to his island.
Great! I knew you were all right. Are you ready to shove off for Oilspill Island?
Yep!
Finally, someone who takes me seriously. No cracks about the one that got away or a really big fish story. She. Okay, let's go. Yeah, by the way, you might want to hold on to something. You know, this used to be a beautiful place before the trolls came and started drilling for oil. They give it all to Chaos for his crazy machines. And then if things weren't bad enough, they captured my people. But now you're here. Go take care of business, Skylander. Free them and teach those trolls a lesson. And hurry, I can already smell the cooking fires and tartar sauce.
Chapter 5, Oilspill Island.
Hurry, save our people before they become fish sticks.
Alright, I am on it. So first things first, I'd like to mention a funny thing about water Skylanders in this game. Every single water Skylander is able to actually, well, go through water, and this is one of the few levels in the game that actually, rewards this. Since you're actually able to get to certain get certain items that you normally wouldn't be able to. Except the story scroll, you're actually able to get this normally. But we'll get to those examples soon enough.
Originally, oil was a popular Molken hair tonic. Unfortunately, it made all their hair fall out. Now that the Molken are all bald, oil is pretty much just used as a fuel source for tech machines.
That is stinking funny to me. Just imagine, like, all those mole people just like, hey, look, oil! Hey, this might actually work for our hair. dang it, we're out of our hair's falling out. That's not good. Anyway, right here we have the Troll Grease Monkey. They're really nothing. They're just another enemy. We're gonna see them quite often, though, because from here on out, trolls are gonna be one of the main enemies that we fight, given that they're, like, Chaos's main, like, henchmen. Anyway, we're also gonna get introduced to light beam puzzles. So these little crystals actually, refract lasers that are pointed at them. So basically, like, one laser will be shooting the beam, and then you need one of these crystals to refract the beam into the other, like, into, like, the lock or whatever. But yeah, very easy puzzles. I like them. They're quite nice, especially in this version compared to the 360 version, which I'm going to bring up a lot because holy crud, they are slow and leave you wide open. Since there's a weird, like, pause after you, use one of the puzzle, like, after you, oh my lord, there's a weird pause after you push one of the, light beams. Not light beams, like the little crystals. And it just leaves you wide open, and it is not fun. Anyway, we have a soul gem for Whamshell, who is, in my opinion, one of the most busted Skylanders in this game. We'll get to why whenever I eventually do his heroic challenge. But anyway, let's go preview him. And that's Whamshell. I quite like him. He's one Skylander that I didn't have for a long time until he got re-released in Swap Force. But his Light Core variant is a lot of fun. Anyway, right here we have a Tech Spellpunk. They shoot lasers from the sky. Surprisingly, they don't do as much damage as you'd think, but they actually place these guys in some very annoying areas. We'll get to that later on in this level. Also, I'm happy that we get the, like, the little water bonus here because that makes this dealing with these guys a little easier. Especially since Gilgrunt hits like a truck. Good lord. Alright, so yeah, that's those guys taken care of. Also, if you're wondering, yeah, we took the alternate route. There are actually two routes that you can go to get to this area. The waterway, where we got the soul gem, and then the area where you unlock the light, like, where you unlock that puzzle. I think they did this as a way to make it so, like, if someone didn't really understand the light beam puzzle, which I don't know why, they'd make it so, like, hey, you can use your water Skylander to just avoid this area, which I think makes it the more optimal way for speedrunning. I don't know. I really don't know how speedrunning this game goes. I actually don't really know how much, like, how speedrunning works for Skylanders in general, except for the fact that a lot of people like to speedrun Giants with Tree Rex, given that you don't have to worry about any of, like, certain level design stuff and everything. But anyway, we now have the Blaster Troll. They have basically a shotgun. Yeah. They're pretty easy to deal with as well. They don't take too many hits to take out, so nothing to worry about there. Yeah, Gilgrunt just kind of kicks butt. Alright, we're in a tech zone now. I also kind of realized why they kind of throw these, why they make it so it's like magic, water, and tech most of the game, at least for the early game, given that they're your starter pack Skylanders elements. Anyway, what we're going to do now is redirect the beam right here, thanks to this lever. So that way it'll open up the gate. Yeah. And funnily enough, this is actually one of the... This next one is actually... No, wait, no, this is actually solvable. It's just like one other one that's actually not meant to be solved. We'll get to that one later, but first of all, let's just redirect the light over here. There we go. Very nice. So now we can access that area. But first of all, let's go free one of the gillman. You know what's funny? We don't actually get to see, like, the, a lot of gillman in the series outside of this level. Since, actually, we do see a couple of them, in Swap Force and everything, but they're all just normally, like, Gilgrunt's, color and everything. We don't actually get to see any, like, the brown ones again, or, like, the, orange ones. Which is really interesting to think about, just because, I don't know. Makes me think that Gilgrunt comes from a, separate waters and everything. Who knows? Anyway, let's go ahead and open up this treasure chest. Alright, now that that is open, let's go ahead and, first of all, grab this cheese. There we go. keep forgetting that certain items in this game actually heal you for 120, or certain food items heal you for 120 rather than 100. Anyway, now let's go through this water area. And we should be able to find another soul gem, which belongs to Boomer. Yeah, that name will never get old. And gets the ability Troll Bomb Boost. Boot, my bad. Let's watch. Yeah, he's quite the fun Skylander. I recently realized how much of like a cult following the character has via some like Skylander YouTube channels, because I don't know, recently I've been getting back into watching Skylander content and everything, and it's been kind of nice. Just seeing a lot of varied opinions and everything, and yeah. It's just been really nice to see how much how some people have been keeping the series alive, which is nice given that Activision definitely won't give it the time of day. And again, the series is getting those U2's figures, which is nice. But aside from that, who knows? Anyway, who knows if the series will ever come back. I'd like it to, though. Hopefully with better writing than what Imaginators gave us. But anyway, now we have the Troll Grenadier. These guys are pretty rough because they throw out grenades and everything, and you can lose track of them very easily, and they do a annoying amount of damage. Also, ouch. Yeah, let's just avoid the grease monkeys for now. There we go. And now let's just go. Oh, just basically one-shot these guys. Good lord, I forgot that they don't really have much HP, but they make up for that by putting them in really ridiculous locations. Alright, let's just, you know what? Nah. We're not gonna take this. This guy's just gonna throw stuff at us. We're gonna throw our own stuff at him. Hey, Eruptor. The one hilarious thing about Eruptor is his lava blobs actually have a decent amount of reach. Now, I'm hoping... Yes, okay, we're able to get one hit on him. Can we just take him out via Eruptor's funny lava blobs? If not, that's fine. Ah, dang it, it doesn't seem like Eruptor might... Yeah, it seems like he's in an impossible area. Oh well, we'll be able to deal with him later then. Let's just finish this light beam puzzle, and I'm gonna stick to Eruptor because we're gonna have it... the only element gate for this level coming up. But also we need to free this gillman, so let's get you out of here. There we go. And nah. I was really hoping that would work, but oh, you know what? I might try the lava barf just to see. Or sorry, the eruption attack. That actually worked. Huh. I wasn't expecting that to, because in other games, enemies are usually too high up for that to work. But hey, here we are. Anyway, let's go ahead and use Eruptor to just completely annihilate these guys. And funnily enough, Eruptor's eruption attack actually makes it so he gets a few, like, some invincibility frames. This would actually be very nice for him in Giants in particular, given how many enemies in that game, how some of the deadlier enemies in that game actually have, like, really good attacks, or really powerful attacks, so him just being able to just power through them is really nice. But anyway, we're just gonna ignore that light beam for now, because we have a fire element gate to go through. Hooray! This is actually a horrible, horrible introduction to the fire zones. This is actually debatably the worst fire zone in the game. Or actually the worst elemental gate in the game. Why? It's a puzzle. But not just any puzzle. An annoying puzzle. We'll get into why in a moment. Because these areas, like these little pipes here, will launch you to different areas. And sometimes it feels very random. It's not random. It's just a very, very trial and error focus, which, not gonna lie, getting that lever first was really nice. But anyway, let's go through this pipe, because there are multiple items that we can miss here. I think it's a treasure chest, a hat, obviously, and a legendary treasure that are all stuck in this one. Okay, I think I went the wrong way, but all right, let's just make sure Eruptor gets... Come on, get me that last coin. Is Eruptor just that tall enough? That's weird to think about, given that Eruptor is usually, you know, kind of tall compared to a lot of the other Skylanders in this game. I don't think he's the tallest. I think that goes to Wham Shell for this game. obviously, like later entries, there would be much taller Skylanders, such as like the giants and everything, but still, Eruptor's one of the taller ones. But, let's just not worry about it. Alright, let's go grab this cash real quick. Yep, got another coin. That's one thing I will definitely give this level for, even though it's far from the most exciting level in this game. Like, I'd honestly put in, like, my bottom 5 for this game, because, I don't know, it's just not too exciting to go through, and it's rather just, I don't know, drab. And everything, even though this version of the game definitely fixed it quite a bit, in my opinion. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like this level as much compared to some of the other ones. But still, though, I will say that a lot of levels in Spyro's Adventure are a lot of fun. But anyway, this time we're going to go the left route because I think if I go the right way... Aha! There's the hat. Alright. And we got the plunger hat, which... Nah, I'm not going to wear it. It'd be hilarious on Eruptor, but nah, I'm good. And then over here, let's just use the eruption attack again. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Now we can go through here. Okay, I think that just led me back. Actually, no, there are more enemies right here. I also realized there are actually enemies in this version, in the 360 version. Hilariously, there are no enemies for you to fight. I don't know why. I could be misremembering, though, but I don't think I am. Also, now I'm gonna meet you all back. I think there was only, like, 2 things here, so, meet you all back at that other pipe. Finally, that took me way too long, so let's go through the middle one now! Which should take me all the way to the legendary treasure. Come on, and... There we go! Legendary treasure acquired. And it is the, gillman. Okay. Now that we are finally done with that, because I don't think there was a treasure chest here. If not, like, yeah, I don't see any of them on my way here, so I think it was just those items.
Skylander.
If I'm wrong, then I'm probably gonna go back and get whatever was left, but I think that's it. I know I said there was a treasure chest, but I think I could have been wrong. But anyway, here's another fun thing that you can do for this. So, this is the light beam that I mentioned earlier that doesn't actually solve anything. It's actually just meant to be used as a weapon, funnily enough, because if you have the beam go all the way over here, you can then direct this beam in a moment to take out some of the enemies to make this next area a little easier to deal with. Unfortunately, some of the grenadiers were placed in a good, or actually placed in a decent spot, but okay, there's another gillman over there, and I think, yeah, we only have 2 more gillman to find. I will say, at least this level's kind of short. That is a nice thing about it. Just, I don't know why, this level's atmosphere kind of makes me a little sleepy anytime I play, and just kind of, halts a lot of my playthroughs of this game. But anyway, let's go through, because, I really like the first few areas in the game, the first 4 levels. Those are really fun. Okay, I guess, 2 through 4, because obviously the first level is meant to be a tutorial level and everything. So that can get a little repetitive. But still. Alright, let's go deal with this guy real quick. Shouldn't take too much, yeah. It said that Eruptor doesn't do as much damage with his lava blobs compared to, Gilgrunt and everything with his, harpoons and stuff. But hey, Eruptor does get a lot stronger as time goes on. While Gilgrunt kind of stays a little stagnant. Yeah, kinda. But anyway, here we have the Mark 31 Troll Tank. Yeah, so it's very clearly telling me, hey, destroy this thing. And fun fact, in oh lord, that thing still does an annoying amount of damage. But in the 360 version, these things are stinking menaces. They still are menaces. Okay, I might have to swap from Eruptor in a moment just because, good lord, an unupgraded Eruptor is actually a little rough against these guys. But there we go, it's down. It looks like it kind of got stuck or something like that. Regardless, I'm happy it's done. And we should hopefully get enough EXP for a level up from all this. I don't know. We'll see in a sec. Come on. Nah, I don't think... Nah, we're almost there, though. I'll just finish off this level with Eruptor, because why not? Let's open up this bad boy.
You did it! You know, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. I hate to say it, though, but we still need your help. It's this factory. It's polluting our waters and generally mucking things up. It's ruining everything. Please, help us destroy it. Say, you know, if you could get your fins on a troll bomb, maybe throw it into that big smoke belcher, I think that would do it. Kaboom! The trolls would be gone, our home would be safe, and then maybe I'd run out of things to complain about. Although probably not.
Alright, so let's go ahead and do what Gurglefin said, but first, there's a tech spellpunk right there, let's get him. Yeah, it's funny how we don't get introduced to the water spellpunk yet, but they opt out to introduce the tech one. Also, there are gonna be troll grenadiers throwing stuff at us. Let's throw this at them. That worked very well. I'm really happy with that result, and also Raptor is now level 2, which is very nice. Anyway, let's go open up this other treasure chest right here. And okay, yep, that is all the treasure chests, so there was no treasure chests in the fire zone. Very nice. Also, I realized they are way more generous with the gold in this version. What the? I didn't realize they respawned. Oh, they're all gone again. I think this is a funny way to actually EXP farm, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go ahead and throw this into the smoke belcher there, blow that up, and we're done. All in a day's work.
That was great! Especially for a landlubber. You saved us all. Thank you.
No problem, Gurglefin. And yep, we got everything except the enemy goal. I guess that's why those enemies respawn there, so you can get that achievement. Anyway, let's move on.
I keep trying to look through the far viewer, but it's a little rusty and it won't turn past a certain point. Do you mind, fish fingers? I'm trying to concentrate.
There, it's finished. Ta-da! On behalf of my people, I present you with this oil donkey. I did name it. And it comes with all the oil you could ever want.
Very impressive, Mr. Gurglefin. And that's exactly what we need right now. Perfect! We should be able to use that on the far viewer. Grab a can of that stuff and meet me up there.
Alright, so we're gonna do that really quick, so let's grab this can of oil. And yeah, it's just gonna show us the same thing again. Don't really need to do that, but oh well. Yeah, I realize that this version of the game is a little more on the handholdy side compared to the 360 and PS3 version, but I'll honestly take that compared to a lot of the weird stuff in that version. But anyway, let's go check the Wiimote.
There, I think that should do it. There it is, the twin let me back up a step. We'll need the eternal water source to add to the core of light. But, according to my blueprint, the water is no good to us unless we can get something called the twin spouts of Osha Major Minor, which I found. There!
Holy anchovy! That's Darkwater Cove! Ooh, it's a nasty place, filled with pirates. I'll bet the twin spouts will fetch a pretty penny for a plundering pirate. Sorry for the alliteration there. Let me prepare the ship then. I'll just go. I'll go now.
As much as I hate to say it, you should go with Gurglefin. I'll keep looking for clues to the eternal water source. You can leave whenever you're ready.
Alright, so everyone, next time on Skylander Spyro's Adventure, we're going to be going to Darkwater Cove. So, thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day, guys. Bye!